Hi everybody, it's Louisa here, and I have another project share for you. And on this project I use a lot of the items that I sell, like my digital kit. This one is Tray Chic and it's available on my blog. I will post that below. And a lot of the trims that I use on here and all the flowers are the items that I use in my collections and kits on my Zivit shop. So I just wanted to make something just mainly using stuff that I sell. The only thing that I don't sell would be the bottle, of course, and the chipboard that I'm going to show you, and a couple of other pieces, this chipboard here, but I'll let you know what's what. What I used here is a plastic, this is plastic, bottle that I just got a few days ago at Walmart. I was passing through the jewelry section and they had on clearance all these really cute plastic bottles, and it says from the studio of Sandra Maxaman or something like that. It's a message in a bottle keepsake, and it has a necklace inside. I only picked up two. The original price was $5 and it was on clearance for $3, and I thought it was cute because it also had a little chain hanging in there. This one had that. It's got like a bling bead hanging off of it. And the other one had this one here. But I did not use it in my project. I'll use this separately. Had this really cute heart with another little piece that was hanging off of it too. So I'll probably just use this in another project. It's not exactly something I would wear because it is kind of a cheap piece of jewelry, and on my skin, you know, this kind of metal would probably tarnish my skin, and the metal itself would probably tarnish, so I figured this would be great for projects as well as the one that came in here. I had to remove the plastic. It does come off. It's a little hard, but it does come off, and since I was going to cover it with paper, I didn't mind that it left some glue on there. I left the bottom, just ripped off the thing, but I left the bottom. I didn't do anything to it. I might, I don't know. I really didn't want to cover it with lace like I did on some of my other bottles. I just wanted to use some of my papers first and see what I came up with. I really wasn't sure which way I was going, but I knew I wanted to use this image here. It's like a Victorian image that's in my digital kit of a lady in a tree and the gentleman down below trying to help her down, I think, or maybe he's proposing, I don't know. But I really love that image. It's kind of like a postcard cut out in my kit. And then for the rest of the paper, I use this pink. It has script on it, but it got mostly covered. It's also in my kit. And again, the name of that digital kit is called Tray Chic, and I will post a link directly to that kit below if that's what you're interested in. If not, there's a tab on my blog to go to the rest of my kits that I sell. So once I got that down, what I used to glue it down, I was going to Mod Podge it, but I decided to try the old glossy accents. A lot of people use this to glue things down. I only had used this to glue down my beads and stuff on my stick pins, and to give that glossy look over my, what do you call it, my like puzzles and stuff like that when I want to make like tiles. So I decided to use that, and it really holds down really good. And I just cut enough to go like right before the curve here and just, you know, to the edge there. So I covered the whole thing. And then I started adding some trims and things, but I wanted to give a little border where the paper was. So I put some pink bling mesh that was in my stash. I do not carry that color. I have other colors, but I don't have that one. And a very pale pink lace there. So the lace came down first and then the mesh bling. And it's on this side too, but I completely covered it with the fan. After I had put that down, I went with this really cute white ruffle trim on the bottom and the top. And on the top it kind of curled in, which was fine. It looked like the lady's ruffled top part of her dress. And that trim is also in my embellishment kits that I sell. And on top of that, I just finished it off with some cream colored gimp, also something that is sold in my collections. So that just finished that off. It just goes all the way around. And then I went and added, let's see, a whole strip, like from the end of the image to the other side of the image, which you can't see would be around here. I added this gorgeous ruffle trim. My cork just came out. This really pretty pink and white double-sided ruffle trim that also is in some of my collections. Nice white trim. And on top of that, on the back, because I wanted to give this, I wanted you to be able to look at something all the way around my bottle. So like this would be the front, and then you would turn it, and then this would be the back. So there is this chipboard piece that is actually a Michael's chipboard piece. And it looks like a, not quite a cameo, but you know, the silhouette of a lady. And what I had done was painted on some gesso. I painted both sides in case you would see the back, but you really don't see it much. And then I sprayed it with my Lindy's, what's it called? That's the Clam Baked Beige, because I didn't want it a pure white. And then I rubbed on it some of my Inca Gold to give it that shine, and then a little bit of Walnut Distress ink just to distress it a little bit, not too much. I wanted it to look gold. So you can, let me see if I can get it closer for you. Still got gesso on my fingers. But it just gives it the different tones, you know, not pure white. It's got the Clam Baked Beige on there. So that is my back. Back to the front, what I did here, I didn't want to cover the gentleman down there, so I put my fan a little to the side. And this is also a Michael's chipboard. Also got a coat of gesso, because they're, you know, that brownish color. And then I sprayed it with cotton candy pink, a couple coats of that. And then I did the same thing with the Inca Gold and rubbed on some of the, it's like a very light gold color, and then also some of the walnut stain to tone it down a bit. Behind the fan, I kind of hot glued some trim, some lace also in my kit, and it looks like this. And I just hot glued and ruffled and hot glued and ruffled to give the fan a really, where'd it go? You know, really shabby chic look. So that's like part of the fan there. And then I started with a small little group of flowers here, and then some just behind the fan, but it, you know, kind of looks like it's going that way. And I used the same 3 flowers here and here in different shades of pinks. And there's ribbon flowers, an acrylic flower. This is more of a peachy pink. And then this one is like a fabric flower. And also these I sell in my kits. This is the light pink one that I used. This is this, I guess it's like either a gum paste or a, I can't think right now, not a porcelain. It's that hard stuff like resin. So I use one of those. It's a peachy pink, more on the peach side. And then one of these ribbon ones, and it's actually got glitter on them. Different shade of pink with organza leaves. So I used one of each of those on the front of the fan and just behind the fan on the top. So the same ones. And I also use another one of this ribbon one just on top of my bow. I'll show you that in a minute. I did add pearls, just a few in different shades and sizes. Also on this side. Up on the neck of the bottle, I put some of that flat back floret or rosette trim. Looks like this. That is also found in my collections. And on top of that, there's actually a lip, and I don't know if you'll see it. There's down here I put that pearl trim, and then above the lip I put this gimp, which is the same gimp that you'll see here. So it just looks like that in the cream. And to cover that plastic lip that is here, I don't know if you could tell, I decided to go ahead and add a bow with lace, this lace here, and I used a big piece of it so that I could cover that, and it just gives me layers here, and then make a really cool, pretty bow. It's really pretty and soft, this, and it's also found in some of my collections in my exhibit shop. Added the ribbon flower to finish that bow off. And then on my cork that came with it, I added a little eye hook or eye screw. It's this little kit here, really handy. It comes from the Dollar Tree. And it has a whole bunch of these, which I use a lot of. I don't know if you can see it. You could tell what that looks like. So I just screwed it into the top of my cork and strung on a chain, a gold chain. That other end of the chain I hot glued to the underneath of my bow so that the cork doesn't get lost. And then just a little further down the chain I added a little heart, something I picked up at, I think it was Michael's, and it's kind of like a pink color. It's just the way they cut it, it looks, you know, like different colors. I just wanted a little bit of a dangle there. So once I was done, I had bought a small jar of that Snow Tech, but it was a shimmering, it had glitter in it. Although I like the end result of all the little sparkles and you can kind of see the glitter everywhere, the texture of it I didn't like too much. So I'm thinking of mixing that in with maybe the regular Snow Techs that I have, or maybe just put it into some gesso or something, I don't know. The texture was kind of funky. So once I had put down that glittery Snow Tex, I still had to go back and add my gesso to get the white. I guess it seemed more transparent. It was more like just glitter, and it was kind of weird. So I did that. I still got all that glitter on there, so it's really cool. I like that. But I still had to add the gesso everywhere. But I really wanted a shabby chic look. But it's also kind of sparkly. Trying to show the sparkle. So that's my little altered bottle, and it is plastic. So that's a good thing. If I wanted to ship it out, I don't have to worry of it shattering. But if I do give it to someone, I might decide to cover that bottom. I'm thinking this would be nice since it is usable to throw in pearls in here or something like that. I use a lot of little bottles like that for my pearls. So, but anyway, there you go. Cute little, I want to say a Victorian shabby chic. It's not just shabby chic, but because of the image. So that's it. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye now.